Dyson Daniels has established himself as one of the best young players in the league, but his interest outside of basketball might end up being a game changer for him. Key to longevity: no player wants to be just a flash in a pan. The goal isn't just to achieve your dreams, but to thrive. Currently, Daniels is one of the guys representing Australia in the NBA, and he has plans on being there for a long time. He is made for the modern game, as he has no set position, no shooting limitations, and full freedom to pull up on the fast break. It's a whole new game from the one that Dyson grew up watching from courtside in Melbourne, but it's one that is oddly suited to his growing skill set. I think for me, it's just learning and growing each and every day. A common saying in the basketball world is, get 1% better every day. Something I pride myself on is my defense, and I think I'm proving to people that I'm pretty good on that end of the floor. So now I am trying to show more and more of what I'm capable of doing offensively. Drafted 8th overall in the 2022 NBA Draft, expectations were high and pressure to perform weighed heavy on Daniels' shoulders. In 2 years with the New Orleans Pelicans, he struggled to cement a permanent place in the lineup, battling for minutes on a nightly basis. To some, that may have been a crushing hit to the ego, but to Daniels, a former G-Leaguer who had clawed his way into the NBA, it just added more fuel to the fire. He knew what he had to do to prove himself. He just needed time. During the offseason, Daniels does 4 to 6 week blocks dedicated to a specific physical goal, like building muscle mass. He called it his power and speed block. This included exercises like split squats, dumbbell bench presses, medicine ball swirls, calf raises with a bar, and dumbbell catches. All of this is done to ensure that he maximizes his time in the league. I think most people struggle as a rookie in the NBA. There are so many things to adjust to, and life comes at you fast. I definitely learned how important it is to have a schedule and routine outside of practices and games. Maximizing your time is key. His hard work has paid off, making him one of the most valuable defenders in the league, and as long as he can keep playing elite defense, he'll keep living his dream. However, basketball wasn't his first obsession. Basketball obsession. From a young age, Daniels knew he wanted to follow in his father's footsteps. His dad, Ricky Daniels, played in the NBL. However, Daniels didn't necessarily want to be a baller like his dad, but he did dream of playing professional sports. He grew up in Bendigo, Victoria, and used to imagine a career in the AFL with his beloved Richmond Tigers. He grew up with 2 brothers, both of whom also play basketball. His mom was a former volleyball and tennis player, so it seems like the Daniels household was brimming with athletic talent. Around 7 years old, Daniels began to take basketball more seriously. The most difficult decision Dyson faced growing up was whether he would stick with Aussie Rules, his first great sporting love, or take the gamble and follow in his father's footsteps. Ultimately, he would choose basketball, and that one decision would go on to change his life forever. However, before he achieved his wildest dreams, he still had to navigate the ups and downs of being a professional. Basketball journey. His path to the league was a unique one. Daniels signed with the Bendigo Braves, his father's former team, of the NBL 1 for the 2019 season. Later that year, Daniels joined the NBA Global Academy, a training center at the Australian Institute of Sport in Canberra. He helped Victoria win a silver medal at the 2021 Australian Under-20 Championships. Prior to NBA Academy, he was able to gain a ton of experience traveling around and playing ball. His time in the NBA Academy was extremely valuable. He would have 3 gym sessions a week, usually 4 team practices, 3 individual sessions, and then some shooting sessions in between that as well. This type of routine showed him the value of hard work and consistency. So, it will usually be like a team practice on Monday, and then Tuesday we'll have individual in the morning and gym session and shooting in the afternoon. And then Wednesday, we'll have a game on Wednesday in the ACT Men's League, which I play in here. We'll do a shooting session before that as well. Thursday morning, we'll have gym, and then that keeps repeating itself. No wonder he became such an elite prospect. He decided to bet on himself and turned down several college offers. Instead, he went down the G League route. Daniels competed in the Rising Stars Challenge at 2022 NBA All-Star Weekend and helped his team win the title. In 26 games in the G League, he averaged 12 points, 7.1 rebounds, 5.1 assists, and 2 steals per game. On April 16, 2022, Daniels declared for the 2022 NBA draft. However, when he made the jump to the NBA, he experienced a brutal welcome to the NBA moment. NBA breakout. The highs and lows come quickly in the NBA. For Daniels, one of his highs was holding Devin Book to just 13 points during a game. However, soon after that, he experienced his welcome to the NBA moment. Then we played him a week later, and obviously he didn't take that lightly, and came back and got 52 on my head. Next game was 58, next game was 54. He definitely has something against New Orleans, so I'm glad I'm not on that team anymore so I can get a fresh start at him. We'll see how that goes. Ouch. But that must have been a valuable learning moment, as Daniels has proven to be an elite defender in the league. In his time in New Orleans, he established himself as a lockdown defender, as he learned how to be a pro from vets like Brandon Ingram, CJ McCollum, and Garrett Temple. With the Hawks in something of a rebuild, Daniels is seeing more playing time and capitalizing on his moment. Daniels has quickly established himself as a defensive menace and could be a lock for all defensive team honors and even a nominee for Defensive Player of the Year. Those are some of his career goals, so he could be checking them off sooner rather than later.
Go into defensive playmaking, and for me, I think it's been always natural ability to, it's gambling, in a certain sense as well.
On November 8th, Daniels put up a career-high 7 steals in a 122-121 loss to the Detroit Pistons. On November 15th, Daniels became the first player since Michael Jordan in the 1989-90 season to record 15-plus points and 5-plus steals in 4 consecutive NBA games. Simply unbelievable. Speaking of which, his hobby outside of the court might be the real breadwinner. Off the court, Daniels has taken his love for fashion to the next level. Style has become a focus for Daniels since joining the fashion-forward NBA. Growing up, he was just wearing sweats and sports clothes. Now, he has changed his style to be more grown-up, more presentable. As a defensive specialist still growing into his role on the floor, Daniels describes his play style as team-focused, but he still feels the need to express himself. It was out of this drive for creativity beyond the court that VOUSETI, Daniels' multifaceted streetwear label, was born. Inspired by his time away from home and the experiences he's had traversing the diverse American cultural landscape as an Australian, the initial collection speaks to what Daniels believes is a universal truth. VOUSETI stands for connection, you and I. It's a mix of vous, French for you, e, Italian for and I, symbolizing how we're all in this together. So what we're looking to do with this brand is build a real community where people can feel connected when they wear our stuff. He wants people to feel like they are part of a family, a community of like-minded people when they wear VOUSETI. It's with that very mindset that the debut collection arrives. Much like Allen Iverson's baggy, oversized sweatsuits and t-shirts, Daniels' first foray into the world of streetwear brought a relaxed sense of individuality to the forefront. Comprising hoodies, varsity jackets, and premium essentials, the initial VOUSETI collection is designed to be, much like his on-court persona, a jack of all trades. The way he has been balling, his fashion line might also become the next big thing.